So Elon Musk at one point in his life was beaten to an inch of his life and he almost died, but now he's like the richest guy on the planet. What does this all mean and why is this important? Guys, welcome back to the TheAspieWorld. If you're new around here, my name is Dan and I have autism and ADHD and I do videos all around this topic every single week, so if you would love to help me out grow this channel and learn more in the process, make sure to hit the subscribe button by clicking that notification bell down below so you never miss a video. Also, if you haven't already downloaded my Life Hacks PDF book, you can do right now at autismhacks.net. You're beautiful. Guys, what's going on? Ooh, it's been a whole diddly. My hair's growing really long, by the way, guys. So probably like now you're seeing my hair in different lengths and it's really interesting. But regardless of my hair, I wanted to talk about Elon Musk because he is probably he probably is the most controversial person in the media, right? If you think about Elon Musk, everyone thinks about like spaceships, people flying to Mars and electric cars and all those kind of thing. Anyway, Elon Musk, fascinating guy. Love him or hate him, he still is on the autism spectrum and has some valuable asset and insight to give to the autism community because he's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm always taken by Elon Musk because he's a businessman, entrepreneur, but he also comes from South Africa, right? I think he grew up in Cape Town, South Africa, which is a really difficult place for anybody to... South Africa is a difficult place to live in some parts, right? It can be quite dangerous, lack of opportunities, and there's a lot of segregation in South Africa, right? And so Elon Musk growing up in that environment was actually subject to a lot of things. Now, when we think about Elon Musk, we think about a guy who looks very privileged, you know, the guy walks around in nice clothes, he's got nice cars, he used to have 8 mansions, now he has none. But, you know, this guy flies private, owns a space program. I mean, you can't really get much more luxurious than that. But when we look back at his life, he actually grew up with a father who was very, very abusive to his mother. Even from the age of 3, Elon remembers kind of kicking the chair of his father's car so that his father would stop abusing his mother within the car, which is really difficult. Also, his dad murdered 2 people who entered their house, and it was kind of like a whole thing. But it was somebody broke in and entered into the house, and then his dad shot them and they died. But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is that Elon's had quite a big learning curve there growing up and seeing life from a non-privileged point of view, right? So also, this is really interesting. I was watching a documentary all about Elon Musk. Now, back in 2021, he did the Saturday Night Live, where he came out and said he had Aspergers syndrome, and he was the first person to openly admit that he had Aspergers syndrome to host Saturday Night Live, right? Well, everyone was kind of like, wow, cool, super interesting. And since then, I've seen a bunch of different videos of different struggles and stuff like that he's had. Now, when I was watching this documentary about his life, I think it was called the Life of Elon Musk. I don't know. It was something to do on the BBC. It was very interesting. And they interviewed his mother, a lovely woman, and she said that when he was younger, he used to just sit in his bedroom and read books all the time. And he was very nerdy and kind of kept himself to himself, didn't have many friends. And when he was in high school, a lot of kids would bully him for being quite nerdy, right? And we can all relate to being bullied for having interest in things intellectually. But Elon Musk was beaten up all the time by people, and this one time they beat him up so badly he has to go to hospital and he was beaten to an inch of his life, which basically meant that he could have died from those injuries. Now, that didn't stop him. You know, people who have trauma in their life and things like that, like Elon Musk, you could easily say, oh, well, you know, I've had so much trauma in my life, I want to take it easy and not take too many risks and just enjoy life. Well, Elon Musk did the exact opposite. He took all the risk possible. He built PayPal, sold it, then he invested money into 2 companies, Tesla, and then created SpaceX. And in both of those, he took a gamble on, and they both kind of went really well. And now we bought Twitter, and he has a bunch of other companies like The Boring Company and things like that, and Dogecoin. Now, because of all of those risks he took and all those kind of intricate ways in which he sees the world, he actually now is the richest man in the world and he has multiple billions. He's a billionaire. So he came from being this bullied person who was beaten up to being like a billionaire and coming from South Africa. Now, this is so interesting because a lot of autistic individuals will feel like they are not able to do the things they want in life, can't propel themselves forward in life because they feel like there's certain things holding them back. Well, you know, if you come from a disadvantaged background like a third world country like South Africa, you're beaten up all the time, your parents aren't supportive or your father's not supportive, and then you come to the USA and you have to kind of, you know, struggle to survive really as an immigrant. Where does that leave you, you know? It's a very difficult, you know, the odds are stacked against this guy, yet he is the richest guy in the world and he's probably one of the most influential guys in the world. Love him or hate him, the history books are going to write about Elon Musk for many, many years to come. This guy started a space program. Like, this is crazy. Like, you can't get much bigger than being an astronaut or going to space and building spaceships. So what I'm trying to say is that we can use what Elon Musk has taught us here as fuel to fuel your passion and desire to kind of do the things that you want to do and not let things hold you back. And the stigma of you thinking, oh, well, I'm on the autism spectrum, so I can't do this. Forget about all those things. You do you, and you can fly straight up like a rocket, like Elon Musk did. Anyway, guys, leave me a comment. I'd love to read that comment on your thoughts about this, and I read every single one, so let me know in the comments down below. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.